church-going, spirit-filled women. And I like them, and they like me halfway. And so they were talking about Jesus.
Okay, so you think God was responsible for his recovery. That's fine. We all have our beliefs. I, for instance, carry around this tiny little Monopoly piece for good luck.
Did you just compare my Lord and Savior to a tiny top hat?
He did. I heard him, baby. Go get him.
Oh, excuse me, Nurse Teresa. Have you ever read the Bible?
I started it, but then I skipped to the end and it ruined it for me.
This is 1 Samuel 15, verses 2 and 3. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
How many humans are aboard?
Meanwhile, in Speaker's Corner London, our freedom fighter Hashim is talking to his brother in belief in the one and only God about the killing of Canaanites.
It says clearly that Moses was instructed by your God. Yes, the reason I say your God is because it's a biblical narrative, the biblical God.
Oh, sorry, I was wrong. It was a different God. Thank you for matching my views, Hashim. Judaism, Islam, and Christianity have nothing in common. Oh, do they? But I will let Hashim explain it. He's an expert.
Commanded Moses to kill every male, every female, every child, and to save only those females or those girls who have not slept with other men. In other words, all the virgins should be saved. Everyone else should be killed. Even the little boys who are not female, they should be massacred.
I'm not surprised that Hashim watches Hitchens' debates. Let's hope one day he will be able not only to repeat some arguments, but understand them. Inshallah. This was an insider. But let's see what his brother has to say.
But if God ordered me something, I will do it. I'm not questioning God.
But how do you know?
Maybe you question God. I don't.
How do you know God's talking to you?
I am a slave of God. I do whatever.
You know, we are called Abdullah. Yes, the slaves of Allah. Yes, so we have the same concept.
This is why nobody can test Muslims when it comes to worshiping God. Nobody.
That's why you don't go away and go, Allahu Akbar!
Nobody. Listen to this.
I'm joking. It's a joke.
No. Listen to this. I say that for one reason only. If God was to ask us to sacrifice your son, which one of you would do it? The only ones that said yes are the Muslims.
No, I'm asking you a question. So if God ever, went into your dream, whatever it is, spoke to you, and said, you need to slice your son's throat, okay? Would you ever question him? Or would you just do it?
Yes.
Just simply do it?
Straight.
Interesting.
So, now that passage, some people call it one of the difficult passages of the Bible, because it does seem like the Lord is commanding ethnic cleansing. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I absolutely admire the work of William Lane Craig. I mean, I think he's, wasn't he ranked like the first most influential philosopher in human history or something like that? Or is that what Donald Trump said about him? Basically, he says, and I agree,
when you read the ancient non-biblical literature about these tribes, this was a culture that was incredibly evil. The bestiality and human sacrifice and the mockery of God that characterized this culture was really, really vile, and it raises the hair on your neck to read these texts of what these people were like. And I think what I would want to say there is that God has the right to give and take life as he sees fit. Children die all the time, every day. People's lives are cut short. God is under no obligation whatsoever to prolong anyone's life another second. So he has the right to give and take life as he chooses. Moreover, if you believe, as I do, in the salvation of infants or children who die, what that meant was that the death of these children meant their salvation.
Oh, I know exactly what you're trying to do, but you're not going to break my Christmas spirit. You can't. Not ever. I'm the holly jolly janitor. Hi, little girl, what do you want for Christmas?
The babies and the kids, well, you know, if you've seen your parents get stabbed to death, it's probably better for you to just go ahead and die too. And if you're haven't reached the age of reprobation, you know, where you're around reprobate, just a baby, you don't know, you're going straight to heaven. So it's actually an infinite good. So by stabbing those babies, and that's what the Israelite soldiers probably told themselves. Like, see a baby, there's, you know, it's very hard probably to just stab a baby or you know, cut up a baby. But if you could see it through God's eyes, it's like, hey, I'm doing these babies a favor. You know, I'm doing they're doing them an infinite good. And now some people say, well, maybe that means we should go ahead and start killing babies just as a matter of policy, because it's like a pipeline to heaven. You know, just stab a baby, straight to heaven. Stab a baby, straight to heaven.
So this is the amazing grace, the other side of judgment that we see in the unique story that's the Bible. And I think if we think of it in the bigger picture in the light of Jesus' teachings, then I think we actually see it for what it is. It is a merciful warning.
This is why, yeah?
God,
let him respond. Hold on. This is why
let him respond.
Most of us are scared of religious people.
Let him respond.
We're scared. I'm just telling you.
Let him respond.
Because one day, God might just speak.
You know people die here.
You're a good friend.
I do and I come. Can I have your stuff?
DJ #1.
Axe grinder, aisle driver. Mama says that I never mind her. You know brains, I'm insane. The teacher says that I'm one